It's New Year's Eve, which means tomorrow you're gonna have some mouths to feed. So we are gonna whip up a quick, simple casserole that's gonna feed everybody and make everybody's pie hole happy. Happy New Year. It's not quite midnight yet. This goes up really early in the morning, but it is New Year's. We are going to show you today a breakfast casserole to end all breakfast casseroles to feed everybody who happens to be at your house tomorrow morning. We're going to start by slicing up some onions. Actually, take that back. We're going to start by melting some butter in a skillet. And we're also going to add some oil. Oil keeps it from sticking and the butter adds flavor. Now we're going to cut up some onions. The reason we're starting with the onion is because we want to go ahead and get it softened up and caramelized a bit before we add our other ingredients. I do hope everybody had a great Christmas. As of right now that we got our power back, let's continue. As of right now, we do not have snow, so I don't think we're gonna have a white Christmas this year. Let's go ahead and add the onions in there and get those started. And onions do take a while because I'm not gonna quite caramelize them, but I definitely wanna get them to a really rich brown just to add more flavor to the dish. So this is going to take a while, but while that's doing its thing, we can be doing our thing. So I am using a giant ham steak that looked and it just sounded really good in this recipe. If you don't have ham, you can certainly use any breakfast protein that you have. Use sausage, bacon. If you do use sausage or bacon, which you certainly can, once you've got it cooked up a little bit, you're going to want to drain out the fat because you want to keep as much fat out of this dish as you can. And again, I'm just cutting these into just nice bite-sized little pieces. This would be great also if you happen to sleep in. It doesn't have to be a breakfast casserole. You can have this as brunch. It's going to satisfy everybody's little hunger bugs that you get. Now, to add a little bit of freshness to this dish, we're using some cherry tomatoes. You could even use the regular tomato if you have it. Just cut it into bite-sized pieces. I just happen to really love these multicolored ones. And my ham is pre-cooked. I don't have to put it in too soon. Essentially, all I'm going to be doing is warming it up because this whole dish is going to go into my air fryer. Our onions are looking great. Give those a stir. Oh yeah, see? That's what I wanted right there. Just a nice brown color. That means they've softened up perfectly. We are going to turn the heat down a little bit now and add in our ham and our tomatoes because I like the tomatoes to cook a little bit before. They tend to burst a bit and just add some more flavor to everything. Told you this was going to be a hearty casserole. Go ahead and mix all of that up now. At this point, all we want to do is just kind of make sure everything is heated through. Oh my gosh, it just smells wonderful already. You could add some garlic paste or minced garlic if you wanted to as well. I've opted not to with this one, only because I want the flavor from that rich ham and those tomatoes and Gouda cheese. I don't know if I told you that we are doing Gouda cheese in this one. It is going to be rich, creamy, delicious. Okay, that is looking perfect. Let's move on. We've got our big bowl. To our big bowl, we've got 4 eggs. And just make sure you keep an eye on your ingredients that are in the skillet and just give them a stir every once in a while so that nothing burns. Whisk up our eggs just a little bit to break up the yolks. And then we're going to add in some milk. As always, in the description below will be the full recipe with all the measurements. And a little salt and pepper. And it's just a kosher salt and just fresh cracked black pepper. We got to add some cheese to that now. And I'm using a cup of Gouda cheese. Now you can use pre-shredded if you like. I prefer not to just because I find that shredding it myself, it melts better. There's something about pre-shredded that just doesn't always melt really well. Make sure you watch your fingers. And we are going to add that into our egg and milk mixture. And we're going to mix that up. I think our meat mixture is looking fantastic. And now we're going to add our biscuits. I am just using a store-bought biscuit. You can certainly make homemade if you want. I just am opting to make it easy for you because you know what? the day after New Year's Eve, you don't really feel like doing a lot of cooking and prepping. We're going to use the entire canister today. And we're just going to chop up our biscuits into nice, I think we'll do it into sixths. We want nice bite-sized pieces, just like that, and then into 6 pieces, just like that. We're going to go ahead and cut all of them up that way. We're going to continue and get everything into the bowl. We're going to add our biscuits in first, right on in there. And you want to add them gently so they don't splatter all over. You want to make sure and get it all coated really well. Then I bet you know what's coming next. Our meat mixture is going to go in there as well. And all those juices that are in there are okay. They're going to add flavor to this mix. And it's going to keep our biscuits nice and juicy. Make sure you mix it all up really well. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and spray our baking sheet so it doesn't stick, our baking pan. Because of the size of my pan, this is not all gonna fit, so it is going to cook up in 2 batches, which is fine. If you can fit it all into a 9x13 would be perfect. And I'm just gonna ladle it in. That looks like about half to the air fryer. It's gonna go at 350 for about 25 minutes. It might go upwards of 30, but we're gonna start at 25, and I'll let you know, as always, it'll pop up right here, how long it takes. See you back here when it's done. All right, it took 22 minutes. It is golden brown and delicious. Ooh, that's got some weight to it. We're gonna let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes now, just to firm up, and then we'll dish it up. Look what we made. We made that, you and I, we made that, and it is time to dig in. Oh, do you hear that crunch going through those biscuits? Whoa. All right, let's see. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Look at that. I'm gonna go ahead and just take out a second piece here, because you know what? That's not gonna fill up my husband, but that is gonna fill up my husband. You could top this with salsa if you want a little bit of freshness. Add some sliced avocado, some country gravy would be really good. But this to me is perfect just the way it is. So I'm just going in. It is so good. You know what? This would be a great New Year's Day brunch idea. You could make it ahead of time, like I said, cook it up that morning. Everybody's going to be happy. If you like the video, be sure to hit the like, give it a subscribe if you haven't already, hit that bell so you don't miss an episode. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. Happy New Year. Bye. You gotta try a bite of this. This plate is mine.